And lastly, on Johann Hari's 7 disconnections, is disconnection from a hopeful and secure future. So what that means is, guys, it's basically, obviously in today's society, we work really, really hard and really, really long hours to just get by. And I don't understand the economics of how the world works well enough to be able to tell you how we can change that as individuals and as business owners and so forth. But what I will say is I believe that'll all change. So what I believe that universal basic income is on its way. So people that have listened to this show a lot would have heard it spoken about, by Steve Sammartino, the futurist, and by myself and Tommy, and I think maybe by who else have we spoken about it? Don't know, but we've spoken about it a lot. And universal basic income is basically a stipend that is kind of like social security or the dole here in Australia, benefits, but it just goes out to everyone. And I mean, isn't that pretty ideal? So the thing with UBI, universal basic income, is people worry that it'll be taken advantage of, and if people have nothing to strive for and they don't have to go to work, they'll just be, bums and they'll be slack with no drive and no nothing to really give back to society. And the thing is, robots and artificial intelligence and automation, it's going to take over a lot of our jobs. So say, for example, we lose 50% of our jobs, then there's going to be relatively the same amount of money in the economy, and there's going to be less hours worked by human beings. So surely that's a good scenario where we can say, all right, cool, companies and so forth are taxed heavily on automation or just in general, and a universal basic income, so enough for a roof over your head and for food on your plate, goes to everybody in all countries, really, and we just work less. So if there's the same amount of money in the economy but less jobs, then instead of having 50% of people that are displaced and 50% of people that are unemployed, 100% of people work, and they work for 20 hours a week. Mate, sign me up any day of the week. So that's my utopian universal basic income scenario, and I don't see why it can't happen. I mean, one reason why it might not is because I know absolutely zero about economics, and I don't know if artificial intelligence will fully happen and if our jobs will get taken. Look, there's a lot of holes in my theory, but there's also a lot of hope in that theory. I truly believe that. We're smart enough to send people to the bloody Mars, nearly, but we're all still working that much. So I think universal basic income will really help. It's been trialled in a province in Canada about 20 years ago, and everything to do with the biomarkers of a healthy society went in the right direction. So, divorces went down, rate of perceived happiness went up, general wellness went up, mental health care plans went down. Everything just, if you don't have to struggle, if you don't have to stress, if you don't have to work a shit job for crap pay, for someone you don't like, and to make ends meet, then you'll be way happier. And it's like mini communism in a way, it really is. And it's a way that we can keep the society that we're in and look after people more. And I think it's a real option. And I think it's something that the governments are already preparing for, is universal basic income. So it's what's being thought about, and we just need to make sure that greed doesn't take over and it doesn't fuck us, and the rich don't get richer from all automation and artificial intelligence and so forth, and that we actually give back to the everyman and raise people's quality of life, because that's what we have the ability to do in the future, in the near, not too distant future, is we have the ability to do good for large portions of people in this artificial intelligence era, automation era. So why wouldn't we do it? Why wouldn't we do it?